Okay, hello everybody. We have the consolation of the finals coming up for the Boston Open. This is going to be Victor Ashkenazi versus Albert Steg. It's going to be a 7-point match. Victor opens with a 5-1 and splits. Looks like 5-1 also for Albert. He makes the same play. "5-4 for Victor. He's running. Now 6-5 for Albert. He's going to anchor up. "6-4 for Victor, and looks like might be a little bit of a boring game to start with. Not too much hitting going on. I don't see much hitting in the next few rolls, so we're just going to have to wait for some exciting developments. Maybe someone will roll a big set. But for now, kind of a boring game. These guys are starting out slow. That's okay. 4-2 now for Victor. He makes his 4-point. Now a 4-1. Everything is going to be safe. Five one for Albert. Just comes down to his bar point. So I guess that was a 4-2 for Victor. So he had to go a little bit deep with that roll. So maybe now some decisions are starting to come in. Victor is a little bit stripped in his outside, so he is running out of flexibility. And now a big set from Albert. And if he's up in the race, which he probably is because neither player was really rolling higher than either the other one, so Albert's probably going to be up in the race. He's probably just going to run here, but he's counting to make sure. Still looks close to me, actually. I'm not sure how much of advantage, if any, that Albert had there, but I'm sure he counted it, so he probably made the right play. 4-3 now, and now contact is broken, and it's just going to be a straight race. Double twos for Victor. Probably just going to get crossovers. Marty? So Karen Davis is also here with me, and I think she's been taking signups for the USBGF this weekend, yes?
Yeah, it's been a good weekend.
Just rolled an 8 and came 14-6.
These guys are playing a boring first game. No one has hit each other. They just got into a straight racing game fairly quickly, and I think the most exciting thing that happened was that Albert rolled double fours.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to really give him a cubing advantage. I'm not even sure if he was winning the race when it happened, but race looks still pretty close, right?
Black's of a pip maybe or something, or maybe not. Black is 75, 81 before the roll, and then what was that? Double
This
fours.
is a double four.
65 after the roll. Indifferent to the 4. That's probably right. 5-1's probably right.
So I just would like to say, since Karen is sitting next to me, that this is a USBGF sponsored event, and thank you to the USBGF for sponsoring this tournament. I've really enjoyed this weekend. The playing room is beautiful. We got a nice view of the harbor here.
Wasn't White ahead by like 10 pips or something, and you failed to just roll boxcars? Maybe I was counting them.
Now a pass.
Or maybe you did double pass. Okay.
So
I
Victor
thought he
gets
rolled
out
on,
to
but he didn't.
Victor gets off to a 1-0 start. We have yet to see a hit checker.
6-2.
Maybe now. I think there's a good chance the checker gets hit this game.
No, not yet.
Maybe.
Unless he plays 8-1.
He would have to play poorly. But
8-1 would be wrong. That's a really old maneuver.
what people used to play 8-1 there? No
yeah,
way.
Yeah, I saw it done. I saw Drew. Well, I won't make mention any names, but
What
I saw it done in
decade?
the Boston, the first annual. This is the first annual Boston Open. In the first annual Boston Open, I saw a good player play 8-1 hit with that 4-3. But it's wrong. So
I don't believe you, but
I'll prove it
I'm
to you.
sure your memory is correct. But
I'll prove it to you. All right, so he's going to hit twice, right?
finally, a hit checker.
He hits twice. On the 7 and 4 point. Victor
Victor gets a 3-1. He comes in with both.
Probably not a double because it's a little bit, but it's close, right? You just point on the 3 point, I imagine.
He is going to point on a 3. He's going to put Victor up against a 2-point board, and Albert has a partially escaped checker. He's got to build on his 11 points, so 4-3? Oh, 5-1. Okay. 5-4 is going to hit. So Victor's able to send a third checker back. Hello. Now a 4-3 for Albert. He's going to hit back. So a little bit of a blot hitting contest going on now. Albert's got a little bit of a stronger board. Oh, now a double ace for Victor. And this is a great roll. He gets to make his 5-point and hit at the same time. For the last one, what will he do with the last one?
I have to wait. I gotta play a match now.
4-2. He's going to anchor up, I guess. What else would he do? And for the 2, a little bit trouble. Maybe he comes forward. He doesn't really want to have to stack. He wants to keep that spare. He wants to be able to make an interboard point, so he's probably not going to give up his spare. So he's going to come forward. And now a 4-1 for Victor. Oops. He makes the 9-point. So he's getting a little bit of a block on Albert's rear checkers.
Gotta find my opponent. So let's see. I'll give you a call before I come home.
Victor now runs out with the 5-1. So Victor's position is a little bit more compact than Albert's. Albert's made his 3-point, so his board's a little bit disjointed. This is going to give Victor a little bit of freedom to play. Now a 5-4 for Albert.
Yeah, no, it's Victor's.
What?
So who's playing what here?
This is Albert and Victor in the consolation finals.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, Marty, I know you are.
Look at this damn thing.
What's the score anyway?
1-0 Victor's favor.
Oh, you can see the dice better today. What'd you fix?
I'm not sure if it's the focus or the internet, or I'm not sure what it is. But the focus comes in and out, and right now we're benefiting from clear dice. So what's been going on here? So 6-3 now for Albert. He's getting a checker into the outfield and a builder onto his 5-point. He's hoping to make his 4-point.
He could roll double sixes. Which he does not do. He's now probably going to just lift the block. Although he might slot the 4-point, but slotting the 4-point is strong too. He's going to lift.
I'm not sure if I like lifting.
Slotting looks pretty good. I guess I'd slot. He's going to be forced to come out with a 6. His next 6. And
He does pick up. He did not want to slot. I don't know. I don't know where the switch is. I looked all over.
4-3 in. Now he's going to go with boxcars.
Now a double 6, and
He knew something.
is Victor going to be able to take a cube here with the 2-point?
I do not think so.
There is an open 4-point and an open bar point, and Victor's
would not
Victor's
take-
offense is in place, but okay, he's passing pretty quickly. I guess there's just too many good numbers for Albert there. Too much.
No immediate block numbers. And
Too much time to make
Yeah,
one of those points, and once he
yeah.
makes one of those points, it's really not a lot of gammon danger. I mean,
no. Not enough winning chances. Some gammon danger, not enough winning chances. At 5-2.
so evens up the score. It's now 1-1, 4-2 for Victor. He's making his 11-point. 5-4, maybe. It's either 5-4 or 4-4, I think.
4 something.
It's 5-4.
He just runs.
He runs. He runs for the hills.
2-1, I guess.
But
he
Victor's
rolls.
able to anchor up, and race looks pretty close. Maybe 7 pips for. I think Victor's up
151 for white.
down 7 pips before the rolls.
I think it's 151 apiece. Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think you're right.
I think Victor was down 7 before that roll, so now he's down a little bit more. But now he rolls double 5s.
No,
And,
151. No, he did a 151.
He's hitting off the ace. He's Albert's blood on the ace point is sort of guarding a lot of territory, so Victor's trying to knock him off of it. Maybe force Albert to come in a little bit high. He's got a race lead now, and if Albert has to come in high, it'll buy him some space to play awkward numbers behind him. The alternative would have been to keep
He's
running.
up 7 pips, so
Just 7?
just white, I believe, is up 7 out before the roll. So he should be considering a double at least. Considering. He didn't consider.
This is the consolation finals.
Okay. Or maybe he considered it quickly.
So 5-1. Yeah, let's get a good count on the race now. I think
132 for black, and 124 for white.
4-3. So
now
he
should
can
just play safe.
he can hit. He can play safe. There's an ugly play if he wants. He can pick and pass.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's ugly, but it does pick up. It does pick
I
up.
didn't consider that.
And now 2-6. So Albert's able to
this
come in
is-
low, but
So
Victor did pick up a few pips by hitting him. But now Albert is back where it's not going to be easy for. I think this is a double 6, and it's such a good number. The real consideration is
just
this
is the
safest play to get a cube in next roll. So this only gets hit with 3-5 and 4-4, and unless he gets hit, it's going to be at least a double. Victor can even think about playing on if he doesn't see enough danger. It's going to be very hard for Albert to be able to get into a position that he can take, and Victor decides that he can afford to take a roll here. There's just not enough risk. Albert's fanning. If Victor can make a 5th point as board, he will have some gammon chances. He needs a 5th point though. I think if Albert comes in before he makes the 5th point, that Victor will cash this game. But so far, Albert's been stuck up on the bar, And now 6-4 is going to make the 4-point. There is a bunch of returns here, but Albert's only got a 2-point board, and this is very gammonish now. 3-1. So Victor could come down to the 9 and press for the gammon, but he's he doesn't need to press. He's just going to win a lot of gammons even without closing that point. Albert's against a 5-point board. He's got many crossovers just to get home and save this, and Victor just needs to play safe. And now he does cover. He does cover. 6-2. So it does look like if Victor's able to safely bring this home, he should pick up an undoubled gammon here and take a 3-1 lead. Albert comes in, and it's a race. It's a race to save the G. Albert's got 15 crossovers to save the G. Victor's got, I think, 3 checkers off? 4 checkers off now, I think. 4 checkers off for Victor, and now a double 5, so this helps Albert a little bit.
Have you ever profited from media?
Looks like that double 5 was really important. Did you win, Frank?
I won. Yeah.
Oh, we just learned that Frank has won the tournament. Congratulations to Frank for winning the.
Congratulations.
All right, where's my money? You got to think of the correct thing.
Apparently, he didn't own all of himself.
Yes, of course, we own 10%. We did that in Charlotte to everybody. We're still trying to figure out what we did was right, but.
So, Frank, we can say that a local won the tournament, right?
Yeah,
Even though you drove up from from the D.C. area, but he was born in Pittsburgh, so that counts as that is.
Who is a co-resident of Washington and Boston? He was second. So.
I
checked into the hotel and my room number was 617, the area code of
Oh,
Boston.
nice.
Oh, you knew that was good.
Oh, Albert did save it. Albert did save it. Victor needed to roll a set in the last roll to win the G. He didn't get it, so Albert was very lucky to save that gammon, I think. It looked like he was pretty much dead after he was closed out, but he rolled a set of 5s. Maybe he rolled another set that I missed, but he did save it, and only 1 point for Victor, so 2-1. 2-1 lead for Victor. Albert runs with a 6-3. It's a 5-4 response. Victor splitting. This is a double, so this is 3-1. So 3-1, Albert points on Victor's head. And 5-3, so Victor's able to come in. He has his choice with the 5. He can come down or he can hit. Hitting looks like an overplay, so Victor comes down. He's stacking up. It's not as bad as it looks, though. I mean, these checkers are not out of play. They have lots of places they can go, and now he can freely place his checkers. Oh, he's stepping up. He can also slot the 5 and try to make a quick board, but he's aiming for an advanced anchor here. 6-2. Albert needs to either hit or leave a shot somewhere. So if he hits, I think that was his 6 in either case. The other 2 would have been to come to the mid and maybe played with 1 block, but he decides he wants to. Albert tries to go for the 4-point and it doesn't work out. Victor hits him back. Albert's still fighting for the 4. It's a double 2s. He's deciding whether to hit the second one or make the 4. So he could have made the 4 here, but he's hitting a second checker. Victor's up 2 on the roof now. He comes in anchoring, still 1 on the roof, and maybe Albert's thinking of cubing here. He's got an escape checker. The second one's ready to escape. Victor's got 3 back. He's got no board development. Albert's about to make a 3-point board. All signs point to a difficult take here. I don't think this can be a take with all these things against, and Victor does pass. So 2-2. 2-2 to 7. So 5 away, 5 away. 3-1 for Albert. And now a double 5, so Victor's going to make his 3-point. 5-2, I think. Oh, 5-3. 5-3 makes his 3. Now 5-4 for Victor. The 4's a little bit tricky, so he slots. Now Albert's thinking he has a 3 shot. He can hit with a 3. He's also got numbers that make either the bar or the 4-point. So he's doubling. I'm not sure if it's a cube or not. I think the take is pretty easy here, but and now a 6-5. Albert is not able to hit. He's deciding between running all the way or making his 8-point. He goes all the way. 6-1. He can hit. He does hit. He has 3 blots around the board. So if he gets hit back, but he does not get hit back. Albert rolls a little bit of a dud with a 5-6. He plays 13-7. So now Albert has 3 blots. This is a, I don't know if it's a 4-2 or a 5-2. 5-2. Okay, so with 5-2, he's going to have to hit because he really doesn't have a productive 5. He can't let Albert have a full roll, so he hits loose, but Albert's able to hit back with a 1-4. I think Albert's just going to anchor up here. Now a double 2, I think.
Yeah.
So Victor comes in with 1. He can safety a blot, and now think about the last 2. He's either going to come up or come in. He comes up. Albert's got an advanced anchor. Victor would like to have one of his own. He doesn't want to get hemmed in back there, so he decides to come up, and now a double 6 for Albert. And this is a really good roll. This lets him escape into the outfield and cover up his blot on the bar. He makes the bar. But Victor is able to make an advanced anchor.
The winner has gone home. He had to leave last night, so unfortunately he can't be here.
5-4, and Albert's playing safe.
Which is Rich Batista, who won.
5-1 for Victor. He wants to kind of build up his board. Albert's stripped on the outside. He might be having to leave a shot pretty soon. So Victor would like to make his board, so he's ready for the shot that's coming. Double 1s. He now has a wonderful board and a 5 prime. So Victor is ready for a shot. Both players are stripped on the outside. Double 3s. Wow. So double 3s. This is gonna let Albert clear. He needs to decide how he wants to clear. He can make the 8-point, or he can also just make the 10 and the 11. So really, he has to decide which the harder point to clear. The 10-point has contact from the 4, and the midpoint has only contact from the other mid. And Albert decides that it's easier to clear his mid than the 10, and so he makes the 8-point. But now Victor rolls double 6s, and maybe now he's winning the race. He's looking at entering the race. Looks like he's a little bit behind in this race, actually. Maybe 8 pips, 7 or 8 pips. I think he's behind. So that's just too much to break contact. He's going to have to maintain contact in some fashion. Now going to the ace point is it hurts him a little bit in the race because the checkers on the ace aren't really good for the race, but it does maintain the maximum amount of contact. It's just a matter how long can he keep his contact though. He's going to have to give up his board if he stays all the way back. And Albert actually has some flexibility now because there's not contact on his midpoint. He can play with those checkers on the midpoint, only be leaving indirect shots. So maybe Victor's going to have to make a different type of play. He might decide to come out to, say, the 15 point and then come down with 2. So he would have a little bit of contact. So it's only his point would only be 3 away from Albert's mid. So it's not that hard for Albert to clear, but that is sufficient contact. The race is still close. I think it's only 7 pips. Victor builds his board. He decides he needs maximum contact because of the race. Now a double 2. I think he's going to come in. Comes in with 2 checkers, yes, and 1 more to play. He's probably going to come in. This race is close. He does not want to waste any more pips by playing deep. Another option would have been 6 to 4, but that breaks his board, so he decides he's going to come in. Now a 6-2. He's forced to run with the 6, so he keeps going. And now a double 5s. Albert's going to clear his position, and he's got lots of spares on his 6 and 5 point, so he's not going to be leaving a shot anytime soon. Double 3s, and his position is so safe. He can afford to rip. He doesn't have to make it any safer. He just rips 4 checkers off, and now 6-2. Victor sees that it's going to be a while before he even gets a shot. There's no point staying back there and risking any G. He still has maybe a percent or 2 in this race, so may as well get his percent or 2. He's not gonna win by staying back. He does risk a fluke G by staying back there, so. Just looks like it's going to be a single game win for Albert. He's going to go 4-2. And now it's Jim. So it is 4-2 for Albert. 3 away, 5 away. Well, it looks like the baffle box ate the die. Someone needs to feed that baffle box. It's hungry. 4-3. 4-3 for Albert. He splits. Now a 3-1, and Victor makes his 5 point. Double 5s for Albert. So this is going to let him escape a checker. Maybe. The alternative, he can also make the 3 point. So he has to decide between priorities whether he wants to escape a checker or make the 3 point. He decides to escape. Relatively safe position. He's only got 8s that get hit. Victor rolls a 5, a 3-2. Comes down with the 2, and now he's thinking about the 3. He might want to split here. He does split. 5-4, I think. If it's 5-4, well, no. Looked like 5-4, and he's going to point on the head. Oh, no, it's 4-3. 4-3, okay. So Albert makes the 5 point with 4-3, and now double 1s for Victor. He can anchor up, or he can make his full point. He's probably going to anchor and then, yes, anchor and diversify. So he anchors and puts a spare on his 5 point. And now double 4s. Good thing Victor was able to anchor, because double 4 otherwise would have been a pretty crushing number. Instead, Albert now has to go deep and make his 2 point. And now 6-5 for Victor. He just plays safe. He gets a spare on the 8 point. 3-2, and Albert's going to make a 4 point board. Four 1 for Victor. He makes his 4 point. And now a 5-4, and Albert's trapped. He's got a man trapped back, and he's got an awkward 5-4 now. He doesn't want to have to leave a shot, but he's going to have to play ugly to not leave a shot. So he's looking at the ugly play, which is to dump 2 checkers behind Victor's anchor. The only benefit of this play is that it's safe, but being safe right now is a pretty big consideration. It buys him, if he plays safely, it buys him a roll to maybe pop a 6 and get into the outfield. If he doesn't play safe, well, now he's looking at making the ace point.
Older than you.
I think if he doesn't play safe, he's just going to want to clear the mid. Clearing the mid looks like looks like Plan B, but I think he made the right play. I think he, even though it's ugly and it leaves him very stripped, he just did not want to have to leave a shot there. Victor rolls a 6-2, so now Albert gets at least a roll to pop a 6, but he's not able to. He rolls double 3s, so double 3s makes the bar. So he's got a stripped 4 prime in front of Victor's anchor. And Victor would like to make the bar and hem him in, but he's not able to. He rolls a 4-1, and maybe now he's going to go for outfield control. Yes, he's splitting his midpoint. This is covering the outfield. Only 6-5 and 6-6 are going to hit for Albert. 6-1. So Albert really wants to leap into the outfield with the 6, but now Victor has covered it sufficiently. He'll be leaping into a triple shot. I still think he needs to do it. If he doesn't leap with the 6, it means he's going to have to break one of the points. He's going to have to break his 4 prime. That 4 prime is stripped, so, but it is still a 4 prime. He is breaking. He is breaking down. I might have run out anyway, just to keep the 4 prime, just to keep the block, and maybe Victor would have rolled a bad number. And this is a 6-3. Looks like a 6-3. So Victor wants to maintain outfield control, but now he's forced to play a 6 somewhere. So one of those checkers in the outfield either has to come in, or he's going to have to give up his anchor. Another alternative would be to make the 2-point. Maybe he makes the 2-point here and just keeps outfield control. Albert does have a blot on his ace point, so if Albert is able to roll a 6-1 or a 6-5, and he hits with them, then Victor will get a return shot. Also 6-6 would leave a return shot. So all the hitting numbers would leave a return. Victor does have an extra spare on his 5-point, so he could afford, even though the 2-point is a little bit deep, he could afford to make it. Another play would, if he's going to leave the anchor, I think he's going to leave with both of them. He's going to come up with both of them. So if leaving the anchor only leaves aces to hit, then it slightly duplicates, Albert also needs an ace to cover. But I think Albert's going to mostly be happy to hit with an ace. Like almost all of his aces, I think, cover here. It would just be ace 3, I think, that doesn't cover. No, ace 1, 3, and 1, 4 don't cover. If Victor decides to bring a checker in, he's making the 2-point. This looks like the right play. This maintains the anchor. If he gets hit, he's got a return shot, and also this gives him the most outfield control. He's very flexible now. He can make the 3-point, the ace point, or the bar point. He's got numbers working all over the place. Albert rolls a 5-1, so he's still stuck back there. He cannot escape. He's forced to dump more checkers behind Victor's anchor, but he has to play safe. He does not want to get another checker sent back. And honestly, with the score, Victor's thinking about the cube. I was going to say, with the score here, Victor has a cube decision because if Albert doesn't leap with a 6, he can break horribly. And Victor also has a bunch of good rolls on his side of the board. He could have made the bar or the 3-point, or also have attacked. Now it's going to be tough for him to hit loose because of the strength of Albert's board. He doesn't really want to hit loose, and it's not like he needs to knock Albert back. Albert's spare is kind of where Victor wants it to be, back on the ace point, kind of stuck. This is a 6-2, I think. 3-2. So 3-2. So Victor could hit with the 3, but again, there's not a lot of incentive to hit Albert off the ace point. he wants Albert to have to roll. Like, had he hit, a 5-4 would have fan, but I think Victor's much happier that Albert has to play this number. And if he was thinking about cubing last turn, this was a good sequence for Victor. He's improved, and now maybe enough to double. Yes, he decides he does have a double, so he is cubing here. And if you're Albert, you kind of have to take this cube, but you're not too happy about it. You see that this can go horribly wrong next roll. If you don't leap out. But Albert does still have a 4-point board. So 6-5, and because Albert's board is broken down, Victor decides it's time to hit. He does hit, and it's a good thing because Albert would have rolled a 6-4 and leapt into the outfield. Instead, he's stuck on the bar, and now a 2-1 for Victor. So he can't cover. He can't cover. He has to decide how loose he wants to play this. If he wants to only play with one blot, he's got to play like 6-4 and 2-1, which at least keeps 3 builders at the 2-point. He would prefer to leave to force Victor to come. If Albert's going to come in hitting, Victor would prefer that he does it on the ace point so that he has a much better prime in front of Albert's checker. But to be able to maintain a position like that, he's going to have to expose another blot. He is looking at 6-4, 2-1. All the other plays require him to play a little bit loose. So this might be the one that has the least downside. He can think about splitting, but it is very dangerous. I think he wants to minimize blots here. He decides he has to do it. He didn't even set up another play. So 3-4, and Albert doesn't hit, but he's able to get into the outfield. He gets off the bar, and now I don't think it hits. If it hit, Albert or Victor would have played it already. 5-4. So 5-4. So if it was a 5-2 or a 5-3, Victor could comfortably come into the outfield and make a 5-point board. But with the 5-4, he doesn't have a good 4. He still decides he needs to come into the outfield for the contact, and he buries the checker with the 4. And now I think a 4-1? 4-3? 4-1. 4-1? 4-1 for Albert. He's probably going to pick and pass. If he picks and passes, he would be leaving a 4-4, a 6-2, a 4-1, and a 6-1. So that's 7 numbers that hit back. And double 6. Double 6 would hit back. So 8 numbers that hit back. Actually, double 6 would be crushing. It would hit and cover. All the other hits, he at least gets a return. And Victor did have to bury the checker there, so that's one checker sort of out of play that is not available now to make a point or control space. So that's some incentive for Albert to pick and pass here. Leaving a direct, I think I would just, if it is 4-1, I think I would pick and pass, even though it's 2 blots. It's the least number of shots. He just wins so much more, and it's not like when he gets hit, it's an automatic loss. He's got return shots. And he finally decides to pick and pass. And 4-5, Victor's able to come in, but he's not going to be able to hit. He would like to be able to leave that checker there back on Albert's 4-point just to maintain some pressure on Albert's loose blot. But where is the 5? He can't. He doesn't want to break his 8-point. He doesn't want to come closer with his 5-4. So Victor did block Albert's 9s, and Albert rolled a 9, so he's not going to be able to get home all the way.
And the amateur jackpot is
he can't avoid a direct shot, so he gets closer with the 5. He's deciding, well, he can also get closer with the 4. If he comes closer with the 4, that lets him play 8 to 3, so he'll only be playing with 1 blot. If he gets closer with the 5, he's going to have to play 8 to 4. I wouldn't worry too much about the blot. I would make the play that's. So this is a similar number of shots. It's just he's closer to home from the midpoint. He wants to be able to get home. He's got more numbers to get him home from the midpoint. So I think he should go to the midpoint, and even though it's leaving a blot in his board. So yes, Victor might hit him, and then Albert might have to hit back, and he's going to regret having a blot in his board. So he decides he doesn't want the blot there. He gets hit now with 3-2. And he fans. So Victor was able to defend. He was able to contain. And now he's making a 5-point board. Albert's still got some life if he can come in quickly.
It was okay.
4-1. And Albert was reaching almost as if the dice didn't go through the baffle box. He was reaching to stop them, and yes, they were having a discussion. It does look like that's what happened. Albert rolls again. He fans. 4-2 or 5-2. I'm not sure. 4-2. So if Victor does not want to leave an indirect, he's going to have to break his 8-point, bringing 2 checkers in. Otherwise, he's going to play something like maybe 7. Or if he wants to make a big play, it would be 9 and 6, which would give him 4 builders for the 3-point, but leave 4 shots. So this is really a matter of the race. If Victor sees that if Albert comes in quickly, he can get into a race. But he plays safe. He doesn't want to leave the shots. It's not easy for Albert to come in and get in the race. But Albert did come in, and now a 4-2. So Victor stayed back. He had to bury some checkers with his 4-2. Albert wasn't able to hit the indirect, and now Victor has a 4-2. He's coming in, and he's filling a gap on his 3-point, 5-. But Albert's in the race. In fact, this is very close. Albert was able to escape and get into a race. 5-3. Anybody's game at this point. I think Albert is slightly ahead. Victor's got a 5 and a 3-point that are about to have gaps on them, and Albert's pretty much got a speed board. So it's Victor who's at risk of missing, and Albert who isn't. And now Albert has rolled a set and has a big lead. And he's thinking about the cube here. So if Albert redoubles to 4. And Victor passes, the score will be 6-2. It will be 1 away, 5 away, which is about 16%. So Victor needs 16% to take a cube here. If Victor takes the cube at 4, he can return to 8 and play for the match. So passing is 16%. So he only needs 16% to take a cube here. Albert's got 10 checkers to get off. Victor's got also 10 checkers. So I think Victor has a clear take here. It's really the question if Albert's going to cube or not. So where does Albert's doubling window open here? Albert does miss with some 3s. 3-1, 3-2. Cost him a roll.
Well, the winner for the pre-tournament is Ray Coleman.
I think for money, this is probably a pass, right?
It's a horrible pass, and I wouldn't be surprised if he
so
passes
is it a
So
big
he's
enough
gotta-
pass that he's under 16%?
Well,
I think so.
Is
The
that what
take
he
looks
needs?
clear to I think his take point is 16%.
By what? I'm not surprised to see that. I'm not sure he has 16% then. You know, it's like a 5-roll position with like zillions of pips in hand for Albert. And you have to also realize that Victor probably perceives a skill difference between himself
I
and
mean,
Albert. Yeah.
Albert's a strong player, but Victor is a top player. He's one of the best players in the world. So I don't think
So
it's.
there is a skill difference. Okay.
I don't think
agree
it's.
with you,
I think Albert would readily admit that there is a skill difference himself, and that
Sure.
does play into the consideration.
Yeah, it plays
How
a
much
little
will that lower his take point? Maybe a percent or two. I'm sorry, raise his take point 1% or 2, and then it is. I mean,
Yeah, and I don't, like.
You're not
does
certain he
have
had 16%.
I don't think he had 16%.
see, I thought he had a clear 16%, but.
But he misses. He just misses
He
a lot
misses a
more,
lot,
and
yeah.
his doubles don't all work, right? Whereas
Yeah.
pretty much Albert's do. He has to worry about initial 3-1, 3-2 miss, but
Well,
then
Albert does-
but for Victor not to miss in that position would be a very good achievement. I mean, because he's got potential gaps right on the 3 and 5 and all that stuff. I think he had.
I mean, if he's
And
not
not-
sure, I can understand wanting to
Right.
play the game. You know,
I
like
think
make,
he probably was sure. I probably just didn't even have the 16%. Is my guess.
Second place is Boris again.
Okay, so 1 away, 5 away, Crawford. Gammons don't really matter. Backgammon matters, but that almost never happens. So we don't really talk about that too much until someone's got like 3 or 4 checkers up on the roof.
Open champion and the first Boston
He ought to.
So this is 6-4 for Albert. He's looking at
No, for
Victor. I'm sorry. Oh, Victor's got the
Victor,
6-4.
so he can make his bar point. That's what he's going to do.
I see. So it's either that or run a checker.
But he wants to, it's kind of dangerous to run a checker.
So this is a sort of a prime versus prime position now, and who's got the better timing?
What's he doing? He's leaving it. He's
He's
volunteering.
leaving 5-4. He's slotting his 2. He could have just come down with 2
Yeah,
checkers.
I don't agree with this.
Maybe Albert.
I don't agree with this because he's only got 23 covers of his deuce point, and he's committing himself to covering his deuce point.
yourself quite a weekend.
Now he's having to hit. He's got 3 checkers behind a 5 prime.
Now the backgammon is starting to loom
There
larger.
can be backgammons
There can
here.
be a few backgammons.
We can talk about them now, right?
Not that many. We can say
Maybe-
that. We
maybe-
can say the word. But now, okay, so
They're
now,
on the radar.
right. So now Victor's fanned, and Albert has made 2 points. The trouble is he's got 3 men back, right?
Oh, I mean,
And,
Albert can just start
Victor
cracking
fanned,
here.
right? And now, now he comes up, right? Now it's okay. So
I mean, if Albert cracks, and he can easily
gonna-
he can easily get 4 or 5 checkers sit
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now he's split. I mean, look what happens if Victor rolls like some aces here or something.
I'm not sure he wants to leave him a double ace like that, but what is it, an X?
I was a fan.
Yeah.
Look,
And now
1-6. This
Okay,
is really
so-
good. He gets out with the 6. Does he play for the win here and step up with the 1? Probably, right?
No, I don't know.
He can
That's
hit.
tough.
He can hit. If he hits,
I'm almost thinking he should hit, but I'm not sure about that at all.
I think I would step up here.
Stepping up is in line with your plan to escape, but this is rendering Victor
does,
kind of harmless for quite a long time.
He has 2 checkers in the outfield to play with, so he does have time to roll either an ace or a deuce and get up to the edge after the hit. And
Right, it's just a matter of how valuable is that ace to step up versus hit. The trouble with hitting is it doesn't step up, and the trouble with stepping up is it doesn't hit. So, and both of those things are worthy goals. And now Albert, but Victor's got a lot of passive counterplay here, So now he's
This ace is
happy.
very
He's
good.
happy he hit before. What's he? It's double ace or the 3 ace.
1-3.
All right.
So
So I'm not sure of the 3.
Albert's got a powerful position here. If
Not at all sure
He's
of
got-
the 3.
So the thing about playing 10-7 is he's with a 6. He's not hitting loose. He's coming out with the 6. So and
Right.
it's duping the 5 that also hits. So maybe he maybe
He
with
might-
12
he
to
might
9.
wanna- I don't know what he wants. I don't know. I just don't know the right play. It's too
Well, 12 to 9 kind of
too
gives him a
strange.
better double 4. You know,
right.
which would otherwise be a pretty
That's
crappy
right.
number.
True. So now he can. What's that? A 5-3?
But now it's a 5-3, and since
might as well- he
since
might as
Victor is
well-
anchored, he may as well make
He might
that
as well
point.
make the. He might. I believe he might as well make the prime.
He could come in with the 3 and kind of
Yeah, he could. He kills 1-5 that way.
yeah.
He kills a 5, but he pays off to ace-6. And he. And
I like this idea. I like this
Victor,
idea.
I guess Victor is still on the. He's still got the 1-3 root number,
Yeah.
whereby he has to break one of his points, come in with a 1 and break a point to a 3. So Albert's killing. He's playing for the long term. He's killing 5. He's paying off to 1-6, which Victor does not roll. And okay. So
Five.
he saved 5.
So he's got a
pips on
he's
that.
got a valuable
Saved-
spare
he saved
on
5
that
pips.
6 point.
And Victor's still will his prime hold up? Will his prime hold up? 5, he fanned again. And
This
now
is the big
Albert
roll.
urgently
This is the
wants
big
a
roll
6.
right here. 5-3.
5-3.
So he's creaking. The boards are creaking.
Fan and now.
Will they buckle? Will they break? 4-3. He has to break his board, but he's able to do it safely. This is better than 5-4,
And
obviously.
now he rolls the 1-4, so he doesn't
1-4.
have to crack. Now the 1-3 was still a root crack number, but he didn't roll it. And now he, of course, 4-1. I think.
4-1.
He plays. He just shuffles to the deuce.
Victor would really like to get a checker
now
into the
Victor is
outfield.
out with a something.
It must be 6-4. I think it's a 6-4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he covers. Right.
6-4.
So he's thinking of covering or outfield. So now he breaks.
3-1.
Now it's breaking. He's breaking. Now he's down to 3 points. He's not gonna. And he's rolled a 6.
If you're Victor in this position, are you thinking about maybe making plays now to try and get it backgammon?
No,
Like, are you
no.
trying? You just want to win this game, right?
You
Like,
want
you want him
right,
to come off with a 6.
right.
You worry about it later. Still, you're not.
Yeah, because the parlay for backgammon is just out insanely unlikely. So now
Double
he's going to
fours.
say, okay,
Is he going to stay back?
Is he going to stay 11 pips away, or is he going to just
Albert's got a 4-point board,
Make
so
the,
he doesn't want to fool
make the
around.
10 point? So he's making the 10 point completely safe. And there's a 4-2. He keeps his 4-point board. And what is that? A 5-2. So
5-2.
he plays safely and adds a couple of spares. And that's a 2-1.
2-1 is
So
gonna break.
he's got to break his 4-point.
He's got to break it safely. He's got to break it safely.
Yeah. There's no reason to leave the 4-point slotted. There's no reason at all. Your double 6s, it'll help you race, but that's like not sufficient reason.
So
now-
6-3. Is Victor
He can
going
keep
to
his
try
5
and
prime, or
lure
he can,
him?
he can keep his 5 prime, or he can break
So-
his bar point.
He's stacking
He's
up.
looking
That
at it. He's
doesn't.
looking at it.
That doesn't look right to stack up.
He's looking at it.
I think if I
He's keeping the 5 in a row. Keeping the 5 in a row.
blocking double 4, so he's blocking double 4.
He's keeping the 5 in a row. So that's. It's not. Is that a double 4?
4-5.
No, 4-5. Okay.
Maybe it was double 4, but it looked like a 4-5.
Oh, there's no
and
shot
now,
time.
and now a bad 5-4.
It's shot time.
They
So
paid the price for that.
it's shot time. So he's got to play that 5. I do believe.
I think 8-4. He's going to have to play 8-4 here.
8-4 is
He
the
can't.
standard.
He
The standard
can't
long-term
break
safety
down his
play.
board.
Standard
And,
long-term safety play. The trouble is that it lets him escape and gain 5. But okay.
Double
Well, he's
2.
happy. He's very happy now. That he didn't leave a blot on the 5 point. That's a 4-1. Yep.
So Victor
It's a 5-3.
sort of dodged a bullet with the last roll, and now he's got a pretty easy position
Decent
to
favorite
play
in this
safely.
game.
But the thing is, if Victor pops a set, or if Albert pops a set, he can get back into this race. Oh, double three is going to point on him. And then I guess he probably going to rip here. He's not too scared of Albert's board. Well, he's playing safely. What do you think about this? Is this the DMP play?
I tend to agree because, well,
Likewise.
because he doesn't have that four of the parlay of the four block
Yeah.
numbers, 40,
Yeah.
3+% of getting hit, and maybe missing on some threes later anyway. And that keeps him on the bar more often.
It really would have been just double sixes either way, so it's not like he was able to guard.
It's like but Victor's a pretty
Yeah.
decent favorite.
Even after double sixes, I think
It's a
Victor
three,
would have been a
it's
favorite.
It's a 2, 3.
Can't
It's
get
a
a
double
checker off.
three. He gets one
Oh, he
off.
gets one off.
One checker off with double threes, which is.
So Victor has
does not miss. He
6
rolls-
checkers off.
Yeah, so he. Yeah.
Double threes. Double threes makes it interesting. So now
6 to 5.
he's got 5 off. Well, but double fives is going to kill him. That's pretty much death. He needs an immediate set and then lots of help later. I think it's Gin.
No, so he's got to roll. He can roll 2 doubles in a row, but now it's.
Now it's Gin. Okay.
So now we go. Now we're back on the.
So now it's this is a gammon go score. This is 1-away, 4-away post Crawford. Five, 3. So Victor wins the opening roll and makes an interboard point.
Yeah, so
Now
so what is that? A 6-2. It's
6-2.
He's going to play double pass. He's supposed to pass this at the score.
He
He's
takes it.
taking. Oh no!
This is a big
this
mistake.
is wrong. Oh
This
my
is a
god!
big mistake. He has a free drop.
Oh,
and
it's a
maybe-
free,
maybe he
even
didn't
at 4
even think
even at 4 away he's supposed to drop. Now Victor's saying okay, I don't want him to make the 18 point or run away, and so he's going to play big. He's going to bring builders down.
How many points in the match?
And
7. So this is
Albert hits him back with a 5-3. And now Albert is looking.
I'm surprised Albert took that cube so quickly. He had a free
Oh
drop.
no!
and,
It's a free drop. You should,
and the 6-2 was a
this is
poor,
not.
poor
This is
response.
not. That was not a take.
See you guys in DC.
Okay, John.
Painful for him to listen to.
I'm not even sure if the 6-2 was played correctly. If he's going to take the cube, he might have just wanted to run and play with one less
Yeah,
blot.
I don't know the answer to that, but
I'm just surprised he took so quickly.
well, now he's doing well now. He's made his 5 points. He's escaped a checker, and now Victor's going to say, okay, do I blitz? Do I run? So what has he got? 149 for white, and 148 for
running
black.
looks right.
148 for black, so it's reasonable. And that's
No,
what is that? A
5-5.
double 5. So he's now Albert's gone ahead in the race by a bit.
So Albert takes
Now it's 6-1.
6-1
Okay,
is
so
wonderful.
now
This
he's
makes a 5 point. And again, Albert is
broken
trapped
floor
back behind.
The fives gained him some pips, but it kind of stripped him outside, and now he plays 11 to 5, leaving an indirect, it's a 7-shot. 2-1. He's
2-1.
just going to bring a builder for his open 4 point, which is the most valuable point on the board right now is White's 4 point.
4-1.
So he's got to come up in 6-2, safe,
That's what he's doing.
and he wants to get out of there. He urgently wants to get out of there. It's a 2. What is that? A 2 something? 3-2?
It's a blurry 2. 3-2. He can. Oh, it's a 2-1.
Oh,
It's a
2-1.
2-1.
He played.
I was gonna say if it was a
13-10,
3-2,
yeah.
maybe he's slotting
He
the
could slaughter. He could make the 4
or make the
outright.
floor, but 2-1 he
Dangerous.
2-1 he made the right play.
I believe he did. And then Albert rolled 2-1. He lifted his blot from 11 to 8.
Now a 3-1.
3-1. I guess he just has to play 10-7.
He can play 7 and 5 is a flexible play, but it gives Albert his whole roll to run. He can hit, but it's deep and it misplaces the spare.
I think he should put checkers where he wants him. Oh no, he's. Oh
But
my God.
Albert does have a blot in his board.
Yeah, true, but Not sure I would, still not
And
sure.
1-6.
Still not sure that was right. To
1-6 covers.
put a checker so deep.
It's hard. The checker's deep, and it's not necessarily very easy to cover. Oh, but he
But
does cover it with a 5-3.
Worked out
So
quite well. 6-4, is that what that is?
most of Albert's
6-5.
sixes are not good.
So he's in some gammon danger because he's got his midpoint
Double
out
fives.
there.
So double fives, he can
Double fives, I
hit.
think he should make. He
He
probably
can-
should make the 8 point.
Well, he can hit loose if he wants from the anchor.
I don't. I think he should maybe should make the 8 and the
He
16.
can
hoping for a making a fourth. Making
keep some pressure
a
on the
broken
mid.
6 prime, whatever you call that thing. The 8 point is not chop liver. It's something.
I don't know what you call this thing. It's a broken 7, probably. It's not two-way 6. I don't even know what you call it.
So that's what. So Victor did what I thought he should do, but I'm not sure. He's now Albert clears with double fives. It looks like. So just bring him in. There's no reason to. He kills his 6s. He doesn't leave an innerboard block. There's no argument of this way. So now he's just going to play 10 and 13.
So Albert looks like he's out of he's out of gammon danger, and he can.
Well, he's in
Now
a
he's
little bit.
challenging-
If he gets primed,
Yeah.
he could go for a second checker. So now, what is that? A 4-2?
Looks like a 4-2.
4-2 just roll.
So Victor hits with the 4, and he's deciding whether he wants to lift or
Lift. Should he lift or should he?
he is lifting.
Lifts?
It's just 4-4 that kills him. Everything else he gets
Yeah.
at least a return.
He's got, what has he got? Eight ways to make the 4 point.
4-1.
He rolled 4-1 and he remakes the 8 point. And there's
Now
Albert is
4-1.
gonna step up again. Try to get out or try to force Victor to hit him. Now Victor.
So now he
should
hits,
I
but
bury- should I
if he
lift him?
buries again, he's
Lift
running
him
out
again.
of he's running out of opportunity. He's running out of checkers that he can't, he's running out of ways to naturally make the 4 point without leaving it slotted. But again, he decides.
Yeah,
he-
so
he
the
doesn't-
race is kind of close. Oh, he got hit by
1-6 hits.
indirectly. Yeah, that could be the end. And that's a fan. So now Albert's just a big favorite to win the game and match.
So the race was close, as you're saying.
It was
He needs to-
close. It was close enough that he's probably correct to lift, but I don't. That
Well,
was
if
the
he
old-
comes
the
in
old
with the
second
4,
checker
he can still
big
has
or
he still
something.
has contact here, and he does come in with the 4, so it's not over. Maybe it's a double 4. Maybe he's able to make the 4 point here.
It's a 4.
It could be a 4-6.
Well, if it were 4-4, he wouldn't be thinking. He'd just make
Right,
the
he
4
just
point.
made it.
He'd just make the 4 point.
So it must be. Well, then what is the number? 4-6. He would just slot 4-5.
Is
It
it
seems like
1? Is it 2?
could be a 3.
Three,
Maybe-
okay.
he must be deciding where he wants
should
the
he come out
where he gets the most contact
7
from.
away,
Yeah.
and that's not clear to me. I think
So the
he made
7 away-
He must have made the right play, and that's okay. So he rolls. He doesn't look like he
4-3, I think.
does.
It looks like he would have got hit with a
Yeah,
7.
well, yeah, it would have been. It's worked out, and now.
It is a
now-
4-3, right?
Yeah, it's 4-3 because he's thinking. Because otherwise, if it's 4-4, he'd have played it by now. 4-2, 4-1.
4-1 and
would
4-2,
be-
he might have to think about, right? Like,
Yeah, so I believe he's correct to come as close as possible in indirect range. Now he's just thinking, should I, if I get hit then and I roll something fishy and it's a 5-6.
it's like 6-5.
So
he's got
it's safe. He made the safer play if he's not going to be hit. Did Albert? So 6-5, I think you should slot his 4 point.
Yeah. So what are Albert's bad numbers here?
Well,
I guess
if he
4-3
rolls-
and
well,
5-2.
Yeah, so 2-1 and 3-1 hit and bounce.
Oh no, 5-2 he can play safely. So
Yeah,
4-3
yeah,
is
yeah.
the only 7 that's bad.
So
6-4.
4-3 is his worst, and with which he has to break his 6 point and repeat the 6 number.
But that's really it. Oh, he's got 2-1 and 1-1.
2-1,
Oh,
but
no,
they
those
hit
pick
and bounce.
pass, yeah.
Okay, so it's double. It's a what did he roll? Double 5s, I guess, or something. He's running. He ran.
Oh, it was double 5.
And
okay.
now Albert came off the board with a 6-5, it looks like. And that's a 2-5.
So it was just 4-3 that would have been bad.
Yeah. And now Albert just rolled double.
So that's what he's
so-
thinking. Like, why stay
Yeah.
back? You know, he's.
So Albert looks like he's gonna just win without any trouble. Victor rolled a 5-1 or 4-2 or something. It
Does look.
it's about the
It
end.
does look like it's over. Victor's going to need a little bit
Although
of a
I wanna-
miracle to save this.
I want a match against Dennis Culpepper based on a 0.5% parlay and a bear off like this. So I believe this is
even
Jen.
you couldn't save this.
Even
one.
I can't save this one. This is Jen. Okay, so
There's the handshake. So congratulations
Crowd is
to
cheering.
Albert.
Even Ray is cheering. Everyone's cheering.
Another local boy winning
Boy,
a
making good.
bracket. So Albert wins the Conso.
Frank
Victor
Raposo
finished
won
his
the-
second.
Frank Raposo won the Open. He's from Massachusetts anyway, right? So
And I guess the last chance is still going. I'm not
The
sure
last-
who's alive in the last chance.
I'm in the finals. The last chance.
Morty's in the finals of the last chance.
And
So it could
I have
be
to
a,
wait for several matches to complete, so I don't know who I'm
could
going to
be
play.
a all.
Somebody forfeited their last thing. You walked out.
Who?
I don't know. It was the guy who was in the finals the last chance.
So that's it for this match. Maybe we'll be back in a little bit with another one.
There's like multiple matches.